Her resentments have now caused resentments of my own towards her. So I'm kind of distant from her. So it's become this vicious cycle trying to break that.
The femininity grows through praise. Women grow through praise, even if it's underneath a shell. What's something that you would watch together or do together?
Go out to eat.
Go out to eat. When you went to Olive Garden yesterday and you laughed when we talked about how you saw that they microwaved the pasta, because they do, by the way, they microwave shit at Olive Garden. How ridiculous that was. And when we laughed about it, it made me feel like open and free on the inside. Have you ever said anything like that?
Ooh, I like the sound of it. That is actually hard for me to do because I'm pretty closed down myself. That's something I'm working on. Yeah, that'd be tough.
What do you think would be tough about it?
I don't usually open up to people like that because I'm kind of closed down. And then, her resentments have now caused resentments of my own towards her. So I'm kind of distant from her. So it's become this vicious cycle in a way. I'm trying to break that.
What do you want with her? Like, what would you like to see happen one step at a time with her?
Very good question. One of the first things I would like to do would be to talk together vulnerably eventually, so that we can connect on a deeper level, then grow intimacy and just respect each other for who we are and love each other for who we are without expectations of change.
Yeah, very cool. So what's something that you feel you could open up and talk with her about? Because you said that you're kind of closed and you have trouble with vulnerability. So it doesn't need to be crying. That's not what I mean. I don't mean like a woman's vulnerability, but when you say, when we laughed about the microwaves at Olive Garden, it made me feel light and free on the inside. You're telling her how you felt on the inside, even though it's like funny or positive. Sharing how you truly feel about something is vulnerable because the other person could judge you. Like if I said, I love Dungeons and Dragons and I do backflips every morning and I roll dice. I don't, but I've played Dungeons and Dragons before when I was a kid. But, if I said that, often that's judged, right? Or that I loved watching Transformers and G.I. Joe when I was a kid. Probably a little less judged, but someone could say, Transformers, that show is ridiculous. I can't believe you watched that show. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
So being vulnerable about how it made you feel free or joyous is still vulnerable. It doesn't have to be sad. So what's something that you would actually, that you feel joy that you might share with her, especially if it was in a shared experience?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm vulnerable with her. I can, share feelings and emotions, but it's sharing joy with her is where the difficulty is for me at the same time, right? Like us sharing joy genuinely with each other, like meeting eyes, something in you wants to look away.
That you want to immediately look away if you catch on?
I've got that problem with, anybody just sharing true intimate, or just connected moment with somebody.
Well, the past 6 minutes have been very connected and intimate here with us and with me.
Think so? Oh, well, I do this all the time. So maybe not then.
Yeah. I mean, sharing about yourself and sharing the truth about yourself, I have a tough time connecting with her and I feel we kind of judge each other and there's this circle of resentment, and I would love for us to know each other at a deeper level and that's all very intimate and vulnerable. Yeah.
And I try that, I do that with her. I often will open up like I'm doing here actually, but she'll be shut down over there and won't open up. She'll cordially, agree and say, oh yeah, I'm just kind of she's listening, I think, but she doesn't have it in her yet to be able to do the same with me. I don't know that she opens up to anybody deeply except her therapist, I think, maybe now after a few years.
Yeah. I had that type of relationship, as you heard the story, right? What you and I would talk about more and the skill and specifically how to potentially bloom her one tiny bit at a time. Yeah, I know you and I have talked briefly about that before, right? But that's the edge it feels. And while you do that, you're probably going to feel uneasy doing that as well, it sounds like. So there's really an edge for her and there's really an edge for you. And that's why you're here, right? I love that you're here.
That's why I'm here.
Fantastic.